Hi, welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Have you ever asked yourself whether you can sing again as an adult? Like maybe you've graduated from college and now you're working, but you feel like there's something creative that's missing in your life. You feel like there is something that just is not quite working. And that thing is that you don't have creativity in your life. You don't have enough of it. You're not using the creative gifts that you know that you have inside of you, namely singing. I'm getting over a cold, so if you hear a little bit of a congestion, I apologize. But nonetheless, like, do you ever feel that way? Have you asked yourself that, like, can I actually be creative again as an adult? And to that end, can I start singing specifically? And can that be my creative outlet? Can that be something that I grow in? And can it be something that I actually get better in? Is it even possible for me to start singing again as an adult? Right? Especially if you were like me, like I used to do theater, choir. I did all of that throughout high school, middle school, elementary school, like all my life, basically, dance, all the things performing wise. And then I got into college and I still did a little bit of voice. I was a voice minor for a couple of years. So I did some singing. I did some private lessons actually in college, as well as sang with my collegiate, like the university choir, which was great. But I still like, and I was singing in worship team too, so I was still singing. But I wasn't pursuing it as a career, even though like part of me was like, I would love to do something creative. I'd love to do something in the arts. And then after I graduated, COVID hit, right? And for so many of us during COVID, maybe that was a time when you started to question like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is this what I really want to do? For me, I kind of went in the opposite direction of like, I was kind of wavering actually throughout COVID. I was very much wavering. I was very much like, I know that I want to do something in the arts. I feel like I actually believed that God was speaking to me about doing something in the arts, but I was really uncertain. I didn't know the direction to take, and so I went with the path that seemed more straightforward, especially in the time of COVID. And I felt like maybe the arts aren't really essential. The arts aren't really useful. Singing isn't really that important, and I should do something more important. And I went down the medical path, as so many of you know my story. If you don't know my story, you will. If you hang out with me enough on this podcast, you'll hear more about it. But I went on that path, and it wasn't until I had to really, really say no. Like, I know this is for me, and I'm ready to take some steps forward to move toward this goal of becoming a performer, becoming an artist, and helping other people become artists as well by teaching voice. And so it was a huge turnaround for me. And that was for me what I needed to, that was a question that I needed to answer was whether I could see myself actually becoming a singer now that I was an adult and whether it was something that I wanted to make a foundational aspect of my career. And for you, it might not be about career. For you, it might be about just, getting back into something that feels creatively fulfilling. It might be about just doing what you love again. For me, it was like singing again after going the medical route, I was still singing, but I wasn't like really focused on like training and really focused on like pursuing it intentionally. And then after I left that path, I was like, no, I'm going to pursue this intentionally. And it was like, okay, I need to grow in my confidence and mixing, and I need to feel more confident about how I'm supporting my voice and how I'm, able to do these different things with my voice. And so for you, this is a question that you need to answer is first of all, I if I'm answering for you, let me tell you, yes, you absolutely can sing as an adult. You absolutely can get back to it. And if that getting back to it for you looks like starting to pursue it intentionally as a career again or for the first time, then I want to let you know that I'm right there with you and I completely get it. If that getting back to it for you or starting to sing as an adult for you means simply doing it as a creative outlet and wanting that creative spark in your life again, wanting to do something that you love, but wanting to do it well and wanting to do it better, wanting to grow in it. Or maybe you're an actor or you're a performer of some other kind, like a dancer or a circus artist, or you have other skills, but you also want to add in singing as a skill in your toolbox as a performer. Highly recommend that. Then and you're asking yourself, can I do this as an adult? Can I actually start singing again, even though I'm also a writer and a actor? Can I actually add singing to my toolbox? Is it possible? My answer for you is also yes. So whatever, whichever one of these areas you're in, or something that I didn't mention, whether career or a part of your career, a part of your skills that you're wanting to build as a performer, or simply as a creative outlet, a side hustle, a hobby, whatever that is for you, the question is the same. The question is, can you actually do this? Can you actually go there? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. Okay. Um, I just wrapped up some recitals for one of the studios that I taught for, one of the theaters, so theater technically, that I taught for last weekend. And then this past weekend, I wrapped up another showcase for another studio that I work with and that I've been working with students there. And I just love seeing the progress. Like when you're in it as a teacher, you're like, you're in it with them and like you see the ups and downs and you see like the hard days and the hard moments. But then when you get to the end of the semester and you see like all their hard work come to fruition, you see them perform, you see them facing the challenge of a performance, which in and of itself is a teaching opportunity for them. They're learning from their performance as well. But you really see like, wow, so much of what they felt like they could not do at the beginning of the semester, after working with me, after taking that time to be intentional about their voices, after taking the time to practice and do all the things that we worked through in the lessons, do their warm-ups, do their specific exercises, etc. You can see the growth and like the things that they did not think were possible. By the end of the day, they were able to do it, right? And they were children. They are children, right? They're young students. And I want you to know that even though you're an adult, you can also do that, right? You can also be intentional about growing and then see an outcome at the end of the day after you've put in consistent, intentional, correct technique and action, right? You can see a change. If you are able to speak, if you're able to engage your vocal muscles, if you have the desire to learn and grow and you're willing to put in the effort, then you absolutely can sing again as an adult. I'm here to tell you it is so true. It is so available for you. Now, the question is then, how do you get started, right? And how do you make time for it? Okay, I just have three things I want you to think about. Take notes if you need to. Okay, this is voice class. Okay, this is singing school. Okay. Take your notes if you need to. If you're serious about this, like let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Number one, you have to choose the mindset. Choose the mindset, my loves. Choose the mindset that you are an artist, you're creative, and you are a singer. If you are deciding that you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I'm moving forward, or maybe you've been listening to me and we've connected and you're like, maybe you've even started lessons. Amazing, but you want to keep recommitting, you want to keep reminding yourself that this is possible, then you have to choose. And if this is your first time listening to me, hi, hey, nice to meet you. Let's connect. But and thank you so much for listening. But I want to encourage you to choose today the mindset that you are the artist, you are the creative, and you are the singer. Because you're choosing today that you are going to be doing this, then you are now on that path. You are a singer, you are an artist, you're creative, you're starting the path today. And then we got to actually start. We got to actually take action to back up the fact that you're in that mindset now. You got to start to take action. And all that looks like this is step two. Second thing to think about is starting to sing in small little ways. This can be singing around your house, singing in your car. This could be singing along with warm-up tracks. I have multiple episodes on warming up, including the last episode I did. It was just a couple weeks ago. By the time you're listening to this, just like less than 10 minutes vocal warm up that you can go there. I also have a free vocal warm up that you can download for the free. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/warm up. I just uploaded this just for this episode, just for you guys. It's a comprehensive vocal warm up for women, and it really has not just warm ups, but also technique exercises that will help you to sing through like all parts of your voice and coordinate the different muscles in all those parts of your voice so that it will literally prepare you to sing, to work on whatever song that you want to work on. And if you do this again and again, I really believe it's going to help you a lot. If you're just starting, this comprehensive vocal warm up is not super long. It's something that you can just play and sing along with. So you want to go ahead and grab that because this is how you can start small. Just start with singing along with songs, singing along with, in your car or whatever, in the shower. But doing a warm up like this is also going to help you get that technique in there. And that's a great place to start. Okay. Starting small. Okay. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/warm up. It's also in the show notes below for you guys. But that's the second thing is just to start singing in small, little ways, little ways. Okay. And lastly, get feedback. Get feedback and support. So if you're really wanting to sing it again as an adult, I really encourage you not to do it alone. Remember when we were younger and we were all like, you were in choir, you were in dance. Were they not all groups, right? You were in theater. Were you ever just only doing things by yourself? Probably not, right? You're probably doing theater with a group, right? You had other students around you and you had a teacher, right? And that's what helped you grow. And then sometimes we come back as adults and we don't want to get around other people or we just want to work on it by ourselves, which totally cool. And we go through seasons where you do that. I completely understand. And actually, I'm a huge supporter of that. However, I think that you do need to have at least someone that you can check in with, a teacher, a coach that you can trust to check in with, make sure that you're going on the right path, give you some tools, which I do in my lessons. I give you practice notes so that you know what you're practicing. And you can go and use them, practice on your own, and then come back and check in with me as you need to if you don't want to do consistent lessons. But I really encourage you to at least get some feedback from a teacher at least once or twice every now and then continue your training. Again, with me, I give you practice notes as well as the recording of our lessons, so you can literally use that again and again to help you continue to practice outside of lessons. But it's so important for us as adults to make sure that we're not by ourselves in this because singing and creativity, it's so much better when you're with other people. So I encourage you to get in community, whether it's at singing with friends at karaoke, like sing in your church choir, like whatever. But I also have for you guys an online singing community. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/community if you want to check it out there and connect with us over there. It's a community that's free for you to get singing tips. I'm in there almost every single day of the week, chatting with you guys, giving support from, based on the episodes of the week. I'll be going in there more and more and giving support and extra tools and things like that. But you can also work with me as a voice teacher because I will give you that feedback that you need and help you guide you on like how you can fit singing into your life as well. Like I will help you decide on like, okay, what's your plan? When do you have free time in your schedule? Okay, here's how you can fit singing in 5 minutes here. Okay, do 10 minutes on this day. We can kind of work through that in a lesson as well. But getting that feedback and support is going to really help you. If you're just getting back into singing and you're not sure if you can even do this, don't do it alone. Don't try to do it all by yourself. I really encourage you to get around supportive community of singers, other singers, a voice teacher, and if I'm your person, I got you. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio and you can book a lesson with me if you want to work with me. But I really encourage you to get with someone to make sure that you are on the right track, okay? But if you're asking this question of whether you can sing as an adult, you know my answer. It's absolutely yes, you can. And remember to start with your mindset that you are a singer. Then remember to start small, singing around the house, sing along with the warm-up track that I have for you, creativelybyestelle.com/warmup. It's free. Go ahead and grab that. And then number three, make sure that you are getting feedback and support. Again, I have my free community for you guys, and I'd be happy to work with you as your voice teacher. And yeah, that's how I truly believe that's where you need to start as an adult if you're wanting to get back into singing. You absolutely can, and just start with these three steps. And I know that it's going to help you to get going, get singing, get creating. I'm so excited for you. Thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for being here, showing up for yourself and for your gifts. I really believe it's meaningful, and I know that you can do this, okay? So keep going, keep singing. I'm right here cheering you on. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.